It was one of those perfect January days where the sun was so warm and the sky was crystal blue, and every time I inhaled, every hair in my nose froze. But me and my snowmobile, we were having way too much fun to stop. But then it got dark. Really dark as a winter storm rapidly rolled in. Gene, our guide, had stopped us at the edge of the trees and was trudging through the snow towards me. At 6'4" and 285, Gene was a large man on a snowmobile. But standing next to this 16-year-old, man, he was larger than life and a little intimidating. Well, feller, what we have here is what they call a whiteout. No, I can't afford to have you getting yourself lost, so here's what I need you to do. See that red tail light on the machine in front of you? Don't lose it. And no matter what happens, don't stop. Keep moving forward and look for that light. Your life and the life of all those riders behind you depend on it. You got it? Good. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests, I could have swore that day the fear of God had a backwoods drawl. Have you ever had that experience where you're driving down the road and you enter some dense fog? Me too. But a whiteout is different. It's strange. It's like everything, even space and time, goes white. As my eyes tried to adjust to the whiteout, my brain trying to reassure me that it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay, Rheid. Just don't panic. Like that was reassuring. I found myself mesmerized by this whiteness when all of a sudden I hear, hey, 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 look for the light. And that's when I realized I couldn't see that red tail light in front of me. And instinctively, I panicked and I hit the brakes. And immediately I hear, whatever happens, don't stop. Keep moving forward and look for that light. Clearly, I have way too many voices playing in my head. Heart pounding, I realized I couldn't tell if I'd stopped. I accelerated and I could feel movement, but I couldn't see movement. I accelerated faster and faster. My brain screamed, slow down, slow down, slow down, you're going to crash. Seriously? Don't you just want to tell your brain sometimes, shut up already? Then I saw it, a flicker of red. Or was that my imagination? I accelerated faster and faster until I was within inches of that snowmobile in front of me. And that is where I stayed, following that light through the whiteout. That day, I learned one of the most important lessons of my life. That if you ever want to make it through a whiteout, you don't stop. You keep moving forward and you look for that light until you find it. Have you ever experienced a whiteout? How about the loss of a job, a divorce, a midlife crisis, or the death of a loved one? Stress, setbacks, and tragedies can all create feelings of disorientation and loss that make you want to stop. I know. I've made that long drive home after being fired from a job. A midlife crisis? Pfft. I would love to be driving a hot red Corvette. But the death of your wife, the love and light of your life, now that is a whiteout. I know what it feels like to want to stop everything. And just when you think that there's no light out there anymore, someone will step into your life. I'm sure you've experienced it too. You know those individuals that seem to have that light about them that says, it's okay, you can come follow me. One of those lights in my life, she oh so tenderly asked me if I was ready to speak again. And seeing my hesitation, she grabbed me by the arm and said, here, let me sign you up. Another of my friends, he hugged me and held me for longer than 2 seconds. You know, guys don't get into that type of stuff, though. But then he reassured me, Rheid, you still have important things to do on this earth. Now get to it, man. And then there was my image coach. Yes, I have an image consultant. And it's so great. She saw the best in me. And the worst of what was in my closet. I said, stop wearing parachute pants. They went out of style in the 80s. This January, I had the chance to take my children back snowmobiling to that very same place. The sky was crystal blue and the sun was oh so warm. But that day I experienced a different whiteout. While I was eating a juicy hamburger with my guide, he turned to me and he said, you know, I'm a single dad, and I'm struggling to raise 3 children on my own. You see, every day I watch my son fight for his life against a genetic disease. That is a whiteout. Every day, individuals are confronted by whiteouts. They're disoriented and lost, and some have even stopped. I've been there, and they need you. They need us. They need our light. The next time you see someone confronted by a whiteout, will you please ask them to speak? Will you hug them longer than 2 seconds and reassure them that they still have important things to do on this earth? And most importantly, will you please remind them that their life and the lives of all of those who follow them depend on them not stopping, that they must keep moving forward and look for the light. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Rheid. If we could have a minute of silence so the judges could fill out their ballots.